Today we're making something that's called an explosion book. So it's sort of a simple folded origami book, but you do glue it. But it's called that because of this. It does this big cool pop-up action here, and you could also do something like that with it where it's sort of sculptural and it wraps around, but it looks a little more complicated than it is. This is a really simple book structure to make, and it's very fun. So we'll go ahead and get started. So in order to make a perfect square out of a sheet of paper, you can just take any paper that's a rectangle and fold the triangle over like this. So you're just folding right from that corner down to this corner, and then you'll have a rectangle like that. You can use a bone folder, or if you don't have one, you can just flatten that out with your fingers. But now if we cut off this section, we'll have a perfect square sheet of paper. You could also just measure perfect squares. You're going to need at least 3 squares, but you could have, we're going to do 5 today. You could have any number of squares as long as it's an odd number. If it's an even number, it won't work out right the way that the book opens. So yeah, so I folded it diagonally, and now I have a perfect square. Now I'm going to fold it like a rectangle this way. And then open it up and fold it like a rectangle this way. So you should have something that looks like this. You have a fold here, here, and just one diagonal fold. Then we're going to take the page. You have this square and you have 2 triangles. And what you want to do is sort of open that up and just reverse the direction of this fold. So I'm going to fold it like that and then fold it back. So I have something like that. And then again over here, I'm going to fold this inside. So now those little triangles are sort of tucked inside of the rectangle like that. And you can flatten out that whole unit. So you have something that opens up like that now. So like I said, you can do this with any number of odd pages. Today we're going to use 5. And I've already folded all my other sheets here. But yeah, you can go ahead and do the same thing on 3 or 5 sheets or however many you want to do. So some of these I have the color on the inside, and some of them I have the color on the outside. And the reason for that is because we're going to overlap them like this. So how you want them to line up is with those diagonal folds all parallel to each other, and then you're going to glue like this on top of this square that doesn't have the diagonal fold. So you're going to have one going up, the next one is going to be facing down, like that. And then it goes up again, and then the next one will be down. So we just go up, down, if that makes sense. But it's sort of easier if you flatten it out like this and just make sure that these folds are going the other direction. So I'm going to go ahead and glue stick this area here. And you might want to use a scrap paper there to avoid getting that on your table. But it's too late now. So only gluing that one little square there. Then, yeah, again, make sure that these lines are parallel with each other. And line that up with the folds. And then you can, again, use your bone folder to flatten that out, which helps it glue. And then on the other side, so now I'm using a scrap paper so I can glue all the way over the edge like that. Okay, so you can sort of see how it's starting to happen. Again, this one folds up, the next one should fold down, and then this one should fold up. So this could be a book here. You could do just 3 links, but I'm going to go ahead and do 5. So I'm again going to glue the next one facing down, up, and then down, so that they're alternating. Okay, so here it is with all 5 sheets. These 2 are folding down and the rest are folding up, and all of those diagonal lines are parallel to each other. Now let's see, when we fold it shut, it should go like that, then like this. If you did accidentally have it going the wrong way, where this one is going up, you can just reverse the direction of those folds now. And you might take the bone folder and flatten the whole book, but you should have something like that. And that's why they call it an explosion book sometimes. So I want to put some covers on my book. I just have a few sheets of like sort of a thin cardboard. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue actually this part of the book. So I'm slipping my scrap paper in there so that I can glue all the way over the edge. Just be careful not to get it on the other parts of the book or else it'll stick together. But you do want to be sort of generous if you're using glue stick so that it will stay. And it's best to do this with the book while it's closed so that you can sort of line it up here. So whatever paper or cardboard you're going to use for the cover, you just want to cut it to a square that is actually slightly bigger than your book. See here, you can see that the cover is a little bit larger. And the reason for that is because you might have, you know, a little bit of unevenness in the book. You can see that mine is a little bit less than perfect, but when you put the 2 square covers on, if they're a little bit larger, you can just line them up with each other and it'll sort of hide that imperfection. So then, again, with the book closed on the other side, I'm going to glue here. So now you have a little bit of a cover on the front and the back, which just makes it more sturdy, something you can hang on to. And that's your explosion book. You can do this with origami paper. It's really nice for that because it's already a square and it comes in cool colors. But again, you could also do this with any sort of paper. This could be something that you use for an artist book or a photo album or an invitation, whatever you want to do with it. But I hope you have fun with that.